and English is the national language. It's common to every region in India.
Yeah.
Are we ready to start? Yeah?
Yeah, we're ready.
You ready? Yeah. So, one, please, can you chant the supplication Tara to wake up everyone? We need a protection for before Dharma teaching.
me pe chi yong na yong ji zen la mo dro ma ju isam chen kan la ti tar ma dan ju ba kan le chat so rang chi ka im ber ma hi ber Señor mo de jerwai ma korwar chimbi san chen la yong ha mo cho chi chat so Chela machipa kanye tsuke jijangni jentang imbe liwala永远的歌，拉米家的索，都不高哇，让个森，红你公本么些本。Jawa ngimbe yong wala yong jembi lami chat so dan rong shong ni me hi la你是真被我瞧见，这大儿些将中巴囊，特你们见拉米下的手。yang da ge don la ni xi jiang jian zhen jie dan zhe me hi bi hi xi don la mong ba la 勇敢前进，拉米家的 so Jin Nang Ke Tan Ye Chen Tam Jen De Tang Ye Me Chi Da Dong Lo Mi Gang Zi La Yong Zong Sang Ji Jie Jia De So.
Thank you very much. We're going to opening prayer. Oh, mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and safely away, still look them in the state of answer path, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Oh, mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering and safely. I will establish them in the state of answer path, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Dala dam vara zibeda, no vara zibege. Tarba dan dam jen jen be barada ju bara zeba dam je zo zebe. Manam ga dan nyam be zem jen dam je dewa dan de. Dungara dan jara nyorda lana neba yanga bara dobe zanju rumbo je. Tobarazar. Thus unto I achieve enlightenment. I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Unto death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yadam. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, the possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embodied the enlightened mind and the progress of the Bodhisattva's path, true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete each stage of the path. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge under enlightenment reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mothers and beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Short mandala. Page 10a. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and strewn with the flowers. It is adorned with the meadow, the spring mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha feared, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fear. To the lamas who possess the Tirikayas, I offer the altar, inner and secret offerings. With my body, worth, and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of all enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate Om Guru Rinai Mendra Labanda Mandra Samandra Savaran Samaye Ahom. I equal refuge, ornament of the world. Your frame provided 3,000 words. You are the victor, Vajradhara, widow adored. I bow at the feet of the Father, Jaitin Songgo. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of my mind. Please turn the way of Dharma, of the true words and their combination according to the disposition and the likewise, the mental capacity of a sentient being. 32. Manjushri. Long press to Manjushri. His body is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of the true words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance in the prison of samsara, as a father for only son. Like a thundercloud, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the chant of karma through the 60 branches of Haramani's speech. He wears the wisdom sword to cut the saddling of suffering, to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplishing the 10 levels, and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade, Om Wangishorim, Om Wangishorim, Om Wangishorim, Om Wangishorim, short press. You who are the perfect youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, I prostrate before you and praise you, Manjushri. Okay, so now we finish opening prayer there. Go to the stage of meditation. So when you listening, teaching Vajrayana generation stage, we have to change our perceptions, transform to the impure perception is transformed to the pure perception. So close eye, visualize where you are is puring. Transform this impure places, transform to the Buddha sphere. Then visualize where you live the house is transformed to the Buddha's palace, mandala. Then recognize we all beings are Buddha. Visualize teacher also Buddha and receiving teaching from Buddha. So that's we follow the beginning, the transforming impure is transformed to the pure. So this stage of meditation. We finish the introduction part. So main body has 8 chapters. We finished the 6 chapters. So now today we are in the chapter 7, how to meditate on developed stage of skillful means. Chapter 7. So then this part we have to know different levels of generation stage. You have to understand the main point is what means Vajrayana, ground, and path, result. So we talked that the laws, ground, result is the same, no difference. The ground means like we all have a Buddha nature, every sentient being is the nature of a Buddha. Then, but all beings has obscurations. On the path, we purifying obscurations. Result is enlightening, is recognize our ground, what we have, recognize that. So we know nothing create new something, but we discover what we have. So path helps discover what we have. And then on the path, many different levels practice. We can practice auto level, followed by auto level, practice Yidam deity. And that is more beginners. The reason is we are ordinary being. So we recognize Buddha is already enlightened being. So we pray to Buddha and supplication to Buddha, and us have to recognize us our own mind nature, same as Buddha. So that is the auto level practice. Then inner level practice, we using this negative sources change to the positive source. When the center channel drops, or the body's elements is transformed to the Buddha. And then sacred practice, we have to recognize our natural mind is a Buddha. Buddha is always within us. So Buddha is we cannot find somewhere else. Buddha is always within us. We have to discover our own nature. So that is the secret practice. So that 3 different levels going up this Vajrayana stage of meditation practice. So then yesterday we talked, why the main important yesterday, why we are in samsara. The reason is because we have impure perceptions. So then that create karmic imprint. Karmic imprint, impure perception. Karmic imprint is very strong. And then we have fixation to the object, grasping to the object. So that's the reason we are kept coming back again and again samsara. So now we have to use this special method. It's just special method. It's called Vajrayana has a special method. What we're using here, special method is all this ultra universal is visualize Buddha sphere. So that means like this ultra universal is transformed to the Buddha's pure line. So we create a pure perception. So that helps when we die and we create a pure perception. We have to reborn to the Devachin as Buddha Amitabha pure line. Even we not reach to Buddhahood, but we create a pure perceptions like reborn to the higher and Buddha's pure line, not the 6 realms, like beyond the 6 realms. It's called Buddha pure line. But that is not enlightened state. It's if long as we reach the Buddha Amitabha pure line, then we don't have to come back to samsara again. because there are no contradictions create samsara. The contradiction is all is positive place. We can create all positive karmic imprints there to enlighten in that state, the Buddha Amitabha Pure Land. So in these 6 realms, samsara, these 6 realms, we always create the causes of samsara because this contradiction is so strong. Always the contradiction is there. But long as we reach the Buddha Amitabha Pure Land, then no contradictions create samsara. So we can like give 100 guarantee ensuring to you going to take, you are going to the enlightenment long as you reach in the Buddha Amitabha Pure Land. So that's the reason even we don't realize the like realization in this life to enlighten, but long as we create pure perceptions, we have a chance to opportunity to reborn to the Buddha Amitabha Pure Land. So that's the reason that this is the one of the special method. This universe is visualized Pure Land. And then we are attached to our house, and of course all the house. Long as we have this body, everyone fixation to the home and the shelters attached to that. So the thing about the house and this house is actually we are attached to that fixation to the house. It's create causes of suffering, but this Vajrayana teaching is a special method. Is transforming to the Buddha's Buddha's palace. So then this house is become causes of happiness, not causes of suffering. So you don't have to give up your house. You just change your perception. It's using special method. Long as we are no fixation, no attached to the house is no problem. What is the problem? It's desire, attachment, fixation. So that is a problem. And use the special method. You can have whatever you have, but using special method, that's all change the perception. And house is like we visualize Buddha's palace, then transformed pure perceptions, create pure perceptions. So become the house is not causes of suffering, causes of happiness. And that also create a karmic imprint. When we are reborn to the Pure Land, you have naturally the palace there, your own palace naturally arise. Okay, so then we have to go all to the inner level practice. Inner level means like the transform the universe, transform the house to Pure Land and Buddha's palace. Then who live in the house? So that person also cannot be ordinary person. Long as your place live is like Pure Land, your house is a palace. You must be Buddha, but you cannot be ordinary person. So that's the reason we now have to change ourselves. Not only object change. We have to change the subject. So that is the today like we're going into the teaching. So now we are, I don't know which page yesterday we leave.
94.
94.
94?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, 94. To summarize, as a secret expression of self-appearing pure celestial palace of Buddha. So we our house is like visualize Buddha's palace. We meditate on mandala of deity, but bring this on the path. So we use that, meditate. Universe, pure line houses, palace, like we are Buddha. So then all the other beings, whatever you see, it's become Buddha's retinue. So that is called whole mandala. Mandala means everything. Whole thing is called mandala. So by bring this on the path means like use that practice on the path. We bring the pure lanes of all the Buddhas along the path. We bring the pure lanes of all Buddhas along the path. The way to do this is through the confidence of purity and the perfection, the indivisibility of basic ground and the result. So using this on the path, meditate, practice. So when we do this through the confidence, means like must have to have confidence, certainty. So otherwise, it's like just a regular place, this ordinary place, but I just visualize the pure, but you don't have a confidence, then it's your practice is actually not strong enough, not really affected your transforming our impure perceptions. Must have to have a confidence of purity and perfection. So then also recognize the, understanding these 5 elements is 5 female Buddhas, and the 5 aggregate is like 5 Buddhas. We have to understanding purity and perfection. We always has Buddha's qualities. We already has, but we didn't recognize that. So that's the reason is purity and perfection. The indivisibility of basic means like all these Buddha's qualities, indivisibility of basic ground we have. Right now we have all this Buddha's quality we have, enlightening quality we have right now. So indivisibility we have, but we didn't recognize that. Grown. Then also when we achieve the result, it's just recognize that, not new something get, but discovered. So that kind we need confidence and understanding. When you practice this Yadam deity or Vajrayana teaching practice. For the second aspect of development stage practice, meditating on the form of the deity. So now we have to meditate the Yadam deity. Who is the Yadam deity actually? We are the Yadam deity. Because when we live the pure line, we already transform in pure perception. So we change this house is like palace. So now we are in live the house. So we must become Yadam deity. Form of the deity cannot be ordinary person. Person is in the pure line. So pure line must be the deities, Buddhas. So then, form of the deity, we have to visualize form of our body's deity. We begin by giving rise to the deity's seat. So then, how to meditate that? And the center of your palace, we have to visualize the seat, throne first. Here we are purifying the conceptual grasping and clinging, or rather the habitual tendencies of sentient beings to abide in and take birth from a mother's lotus through the sperm and ovum, heat and moisture, and so forth. So why we have to visualize this strong and seat there. Because when we take the birth, we have so many causes, conditions. So that we purifying. When you visualize this seat throne and purifying our birth karmic imprint, so here is a thing about it. Here we are purifying the conceptual grasping and the clinging. Where is the conceptual grasping and the clinging? So, or rather the habitual tendency of sentient beings to abide in and take birth from a mother's lotus through the sperm and ovum means. See, when we going to take the birth, so we are attached to our mother's womb, and then father's essence, mother's essence joined together. So we are grasping or fixation to that, and we have habitual tendencies to that. Long as we have that, not easy to stop that birth. So that we already talked in the Pardo teaching. So Pardo beings has a very strong karmic imprint, like looking for the birth. So then they are attached to this mother's womb, going into the taking birth. So then they can get, due to the karma, they can get a wrong direction. So, falling to the lower realms. If you get good choose, due to karma or some, good condition arise during that time, they can reborn to the human beings. So otherwise, like if you take wrong birth, it's going to the lower realms, endless suffering. So that section is really, really like enter the section is like very important transaction. So now we practice meditate Yidam Deity. So purify that karma. That karma is so strong. We have a strong habit to act. So we have to purify that karmic imprint. So this all is like Vajrayana teaching is called special method. I told already with you. See, using something different method to changing. No same is the sutra teaching. Like sutra teaching is Maya Minka is using logic and investigate. If you are attached to the house, say, okay, this house does not exist. The reason is because where is you going to call the house? All this part of particles that take down is that say nothing is existed there inherently permanently. You don't have to attach to this house. Impermanent is emptiness. So that is a Mahayana method, this Mayamika method. And here is a Vajrayana method, transforming, change perception. So easy, simple method. Actually, result is the same thing. Why is both going different ways? Because it's like just destroy or like attachment and fixation anyway. Both is like goal is the habitual tendency is removing, and the grasping is removing, fixation is removing. So long as we have attached to the object, grasping to that, so that is the big obscuration to the liberation, and that kept coming back again, rebirth in samsara. So that's the reason these teachings using different method and individually different capacity, different beings need a different method. It's no contradiction, but using different method. The goal is the same. So now here heat and moisture and so forth. So now we these sentient beings take the birth. So when they take the birth, is like warm ovum, I think warm birth, and then there's the heat and moisture birth, and so forth means like egg birth, miraculous birth. So there we talked like I think in the Pardo teaching like 4 different ways of birth, taking birth. These all samsaric beings. So we have to purify birth karmic imprint. So in this practice actually introduced to 4 of them. 4 of the birth karmic imprint is removing, purifying, using this practice, like visualizing seed, lotus, like when we practice Yadam Deity, we visualize the seed, throne, sun, moon, like that kind of we visualize, right? So that is like purifying birth obscurations. It's when we take birth, it's like 4 different ways to take birth. This practice actually removing all 4 of them birth. But then long teaching Vajrayana Sam has like the practice is like 1 by 1 specifically that has introduced meditating. One practice meditation is like warm birth can remove the birth coming imprint. Another meditation is like remove the egg birth coming imprint. So another meditation use antidote for moisture rebirth coming imprint. So like that, they also have specifically 1 by 1. But here is not talking about 1 by 1, just generally. So you use one method, remove all 4 of them. So now we think about, we already visualize the palace, then we have to visualize the seed. It's a seed is like you can visualize a lotus flower seed. Think about why this Buddha has always a lotus seed. So that means like transform, purified already mother's womb karmic imprint. So lotus seed, representative. And that's the reason we visualize the lotus seed. Then the top there we visualize the sun and the moon is representative father's essence, mother's essence, the purified father and mother's essence karmic imprint. So then we visualize the syllable. Syllable is our consciousness, representative our mind. So you visualize the syllable. The syllable is transformed to the Buddha's body, not transformed to the ordinary sentient beings. So that is like, or it's called purifying birth karmic imprint. It really makes sense. Like you study this like 1 by 1 and understanding what the purpose and the main point. So otherwise, like when we read this Yadam Deity Sadhana, so then we say visualize the lotus seed, top the moon this, sun this, and the syllable shi. Syllable shi is transformed to the Achi Chichidoma, like we usually read Achi Sadhana. So you think, why is that? Like you don't know what the main purpose. But actually, that is like, removing our birth karmic imprint, the practice meditations. So we have to know that, the main important essence is. Then, of course, long sadhana, long Yadam Deity practice go more details 1 by 1. But we always use mostly the short sadhanas. Then short sadhana is like so short. The main point or the meaning is so vast and deep. So very hard to meditate, visualize the clearly everything, because it's short, very short. Sadhana is very short. The teaching, the practice actually, the main meaning or is so deep and vast. That's the reason we, when we practice, we really don't get exactly the meditation correctly. So that's the reason. See, short sadhana is for practitioners, like who really practice Dharma, and they're understanding all these teachings, like easy to visualize, easily meditate. That person use the short sadhana. The long sadhana is for usually for beginners, and then they can have time to think about, visualize, one by one, like take time. That's good for the beginners. So now the result of purification is the Nirmanakaya or emanation body form of the Buddha. So then the purified this all birth karmic influence. So what we are creating, the result of purification is the Nirmanakaya, or emanation body or form of the Buddha. So we have everyone can become Nirmanakaya form Buddha. The emanation body arises in whatever form and whatever way is necessary to turn beings. So then when we purify this karmic imprint, become like Nirmanakaya form body arise. So then emanation body form of the Buddha, this emanation body arises in whatever form and whatever way necessary to turn beings. Like Buddhas then can benefit many other beings, like they can appear to different kind of form bodies. They have the ability to do that because they do to their aspiration and bodhicitta, the power of bodhicitta. They have ability to benefit others. The form is like arise, whatever necessary to turn the beings. But without being sullied by the four ways of taking birth. So then Buddhas who benefit or these other beings, they take the birth, but that don't have these obscurations without being sullied by the four ways of taking birth. Other regular beings who take the birth, they always has also birth obscuration. They're called birth obscuration has, but this Buddhas know any birth obscurations too. So also some teachings that talk about birth obscuration. What means a birth obscuration is, so when we die and then we take another birth, we forget all the previous life, everything, because that is called birth obscurations. When we take birth and all removed, like previous life, memorize everything. So Buddhas, they don't have that obscurations. Then since a waking mind is inherently pure, so then this Buddhas, the mind is always pure. Waking mind is inherently pure. No any kind of like obstacle for their mind. The form is clear light and the automatic wisdom. Clear, the inherently pure, and the form is clear light and the automatic wisdom. So actually this the form is clear. This form is like the mind is clear, mind is the clear. Buddha's the mind is clear like, and the automatic wisdom, the wisdom of the union of skillful means and wisdom. So this form is not talking about just the body, right? Form is the same spelling or different spelling? Different, right?
The form, Kempo, is the, I think they're talking about the form of the emanation body, the Nirmanakaya.
Yeah, so that talking about here, his mind actually mind. Mind is like clear light and the automatic wisdom of the union of skillful means and the wisdom. So that means like this emanation Buddhas who benefit others has always these qualities.
Kempo, I have a
So
question, please, about this. There's differentiation between the father and mother tantras, and some emphasize clear light, some emphasize illusory body, and Kala Chakra emphasizes especially empty form. So those are different concepts. They seem to be the same concept, but they're explained in different ways through the mother and father tantras. Could you talk about that somehow?
I didn't understand, girl. Can you say again, please?
So the father and mother tantras, as explained in the sutras, have emphasis on either illusory body or clear light. And then Kalachakra especially mentions empty form instead of illusory body.
Okay, so can you write what you said? Is like we can discussion today.
Okay.
At 7 o'clock. Yeah. So no, I'm just follow this teaching, and then we can talk about that tonight, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't understand clearly. You know, that part is actually I heard it's like wow, it's like really hard. I think we have to think about more. Okay. So now the agent of purification is the actual part. Thereby, we visualize that in the center of this immeasurable deity. So now yesterday, like you all has questions about how to purify. So this is like no, it's how to purify. You know, the main essence how to purify. Agent of purification is the actual part. You know, actual part, the main point, whereby we visualize that in the center of this immeasurable deity palace is a lotus flower. So now we have to visualize the lotus flower. So lotus flowers, I already shared with you, it's actually remove the mother's womb obscurations, karmic imprint. Top, which is the mandala of the sun, then we top there, we visualize the sun and the red in color. So that is the representative father's essence. Top that is the mandala of the full moon, which is the white in color. So that is the representative, I think, mother. Sun is a mother, like moon is a father. So these two is actually, you know, can be causes of samsara. This two is can be causes of like nirvana. Example, sun and moon is representative method and wisdom. So the male is representative method, female is representative wisdom, and union is inseparable. You know, wisdom and method is inseparable. So practitioners also use that practice like this essence is using the essence. These things like create wisdom and method take into the path. So there's different ways like practitioners using. But this main point here is right now what they're talking about. Just when we visualize, we have to visualize the lotus flower and then sun and the moon. These are sticky one atop the other evenly position in the center of the lotus. The center deities and the deity in the retinue are visualized seated on their own seats, respectively. So then, we visualize the Yadam deity. So we visualize the you know, in the lotus, and then sun and the moon, and then the visualize the Yidam deity. But this is also followed by different Yidam deities. Not always the same. The main point is the same. Main point is like this meditation is introduced to birth karmic imprint. Also, this meditation is like taking birth, this like karmic imprint, or this impure is taking into the wisdom. So many different methods the practitioners using. But when we visualize the Buddha, so then different Buddha has a different kind of symbolized seat. The central deity and the deities in the retinue are visualized seated on their own seats, respectively. Means the main Buddha, like example, Buddha Amitabha. Retinue is like we usually chant Buddha Amitabha prayer, like right side is Chinrezig, left side is Vajrapane. So that is the retinues. So that there has a different seats visualized, no same. In the case of the Maya Jiva Tantra, so the principal deity of the 5 Buddha families are seated on top of animals. The 5 Buddha, actually the throne we visualize animal throne, so the top of the animals, Jiva thrones, then sun and the moon and the lotus seat. So their seats are 5 layers, stacked, one atop the other. This 5 Buddha has like 5 layers. The seat has 5 layers. So here is a talk about animals, Jiva throne, and then sun and the moon and the lotus. See, that means like 5 layers, 5 layers, stacked one top atop the other. The Bodhisattva are seated atop sun, moon, and the lotus seat. So this Bodhisattva has 3 layers only. So their seats are 3 layers. So now you look to the like example, think about the Buddha Amitabha, like this Tanka. Central Buddha Amitabha has 5 layers seat. Chinrezig and Vajrapane has 3 layers seat. The 6 Buddhas corresponding to the 6 realms are seated only on lotus seat. So then we already talked this teaching in the Bardo teaching. They talk about the 6 Buddhas. So these 6 Buddhas benefit all these 6 realms, different realms, like benefiting, liberating other beings. So these Buddhas only sit one lotus seat. Only lotus seat. The Rath for gatekeepers are seated only on sun disk. Then there's a Rath for gatekeepers. This gatekeeper means not the principal Buddha. So they are seated one sun disk. These are just a few examples. Each deity practice will have its own specific visualization outlined in the text. So each Buddha has different kind of like symbolized meanings, but this all main point essence is this strong, the 5 layers or 3 layers or 1 layer is just main point is like purifying birth karmic imprint. But then there also has a different symbolized meanings. It's coming here. So some few I put examples here. The pure symbolism of the seats as follows: a lion supported throne represents the 4 levels of fearlessness. So lion throne is fearless. So Buddha is like 4 fearless. The 4 fearless is only Buddha, even not the 10th level Primi Bodhisattvas too. So that representative is lying throne. Why is lying is in the throne, the Buddha's throne? Because that means like Buddha is already free from 4 fears. 4 levels of fearlessness is like when it become Buddha, so Buddha say, I am enlightenment. He didn't have any fears about that. So other, like no one have like confident to say that for, you know, that is called lion's song. I am the king of the world, you know, like that. I'm the enlightened. So no fears. So then when Buddha shared the teachings, doesn't matter who are in there, you know, like God's kings or human being kings or this 10th level bodhisattvas, whatever who is there is like no any fears. It's just fearlessly, naturally sharing the Dharma teaching. So fearlessly Dharma teaching. So then like that, another 2, I don't remember exactly. So they have 4 different fearlessly, like Buddha. No any other, even 10th level bodhisattvas has. So special qualities. That's representative lying throne is. The lying throne is always put in the mean Buddha, center Buddha, not just usually, you know, red nose. In elephant support throne represented the 10 enlightening powers. So then some Buddha's throne has elephant. Elephant throne represented the 10 enlightening powers. So they're talking about 10 different enlightening power. That representative is for elephant throne. Then a horse supported throne represents the 4 legs of magical powers. So horse is like 4 magical powers. 4 magical power is only the Buddha has that power, so no any others. Then a peacock supported throne represented the 10 magnetizing powers. Peacock is representative of magnetizing power. So that's the reason that some Buddha's throne has a peacock. A crown supported throne represents the taming sentient beings with the 4 enlightening activities. So Buddha's throne has these all the animals, and then the representative is like that's Buddha's actually qualities, showing the Buddha's quality, enlightening quality. So representative is. Then you look to this 5 Buddha's throne has some has a lion, some has this elephant, some has a horse, some has this peacock, some has this crony, you know, crony. So this different like Buddha's throne animals symbols. So this actually is all showing the Buddha's enlightening qualities. Then the sun and the moon together represent the indivisibility of skillful means and wisdom. Skillful and wisdom. The lotus represented being unsullied by fault. So when we are regular beings take in the birth samsara, so we have this solid by force. But Buddha's emanations, you know, benefit other beings, take birth in samsara. This Buddha's, you know, emanations are solid by the force. That's correct, right? Unsolid by the force. The Jiva throne represents fulfilling the hopes and wishes of beings. Then the Jivatron is like benefit other beings, like same is the wish fulfilling gem. Similarly, the seeds of wrath for deities. So that's all is like peace for deities, especially 5 Buddhas. You know, they have these thrones. So now we go into the wrath for deities represents destroying or vanquishing ignorance, dualistic grasping, karma, emotional poisons, the 4 maras, and so on. They are explained in more detail in the practice text for each deity. So similar, here's the seeds of wrath for deities. Represented like so many wrath for deity has a different kind of seeds. No same. The followed by this all different tantras. So Gary just asked question like, you know, different tantra has different symbolized meanings. But I didn't went into each this, you know, teaching like tantras. But the main point, they all bring into one together. What purpose is? Wrath for deity represent destroying or vanquishing ignorance. So that's the reason under their feet, always under the feet have beneath some beings in there. So this the beings like maybe corpse or maybe different kind of animals, live animals or something, whatever there, that is represented with this vanquishing ignorance and dualistic grasping. So then it's followed by, see, some is like wrath for beings like destroying something, like example, if it's the pig, something, pig is sometimes symbolizes ignorance. So then animal, you know, pig is like, that's why it's like under the feet is like egg, pig or something, you know. Corpse is attachment, like sometimes under the beneath is like corpse, human beings corpse. It's attachment, subduing attachment, subduing ignorance, subduing angers, subduing, you know, like pride, like followed by this afflictive emotions, distress, subduing, you know, that's representative. That has a different kind of symbolized in this wrath for deity is showing. So it's different. See, wrath for and peace for symbolize is different. Peace for Yidam deity shows qualities, and wrath for deity is like shows what is vanquished, what is already get rid of. So that is showed representative there. Actually, main point is become same, no difference. So you think about like vanquishing ignorance and representative like the, you know, scaffold and wisdom. It's actually result is the same, but showing is different, opposite. Do you understand that, right? Clearly, because wrath for shows like quality way, and no, it's a peaceful shows quality way. Wrath for shows like negative way. Its result is actually no difference, same thing. Someone says like I get rid of my ignorance. Someone says I have wisdom. See, you get rid of ignorance. So I have wisdom. So either is like result is the same. Whatever the word using is like goes different. I get rid of my ignorance. So that means you have already wisdom. So you didn't say I have wisdom. You say I get rid of ignorance. The ignorance is obscuration to the wisdom. Long as you don't have ignorance, you get rid of ignorance, you have wisdom. So another hand, they say, I have wisdom. They didn't say I get rid of ignorance, but the person who showed have wisdom. It's the same thing. So then ignorance and dualistic grasping, karma, emotional poisons, the four maras, and so on. So that's so on, so many like that, because we have individually 84 kind of different afflictive emotions. That's why Buddha said 84,000 Dharma teachings, means like individually, each person has like 84,000 different kind of afflictive emotions. So then this symbolize also shows something different where it comes. So now you know this one, what right now here, this like kind of one paragraph. If you know this, then you get all the answer there. Whatever is okay there, whatever this symbolize arise. So you get main point. So you understanding this this paragraph, then you get all the answers like this tankas, statues, different yidam deity has different ornaments, different forms. The under the feet has a different, and beneath something rat force. So the all answer is that emotional poison, the formulas, and so on. These are explained in more detail in the practice text for each deity. So then each deity followed by different, some Tantra is specifically focused for ignorance. Some Tantra teaching is focused for the anger. Some Tantra is like specifically for jealousy. Some is like for specifically focused for pride. So then that's the reason that this Tantra is using different symbolize. And then of course this Tantra is, some is like ultra level, some is inner Tantra, some is like sacred Tantra, or like this Tantras. So that's the reason it's different symbolize, but the main important is you understand this one, and then you get answer already there. So the second stage of actually giving rise to the deity in the mandala is explained in accordance with the default Vajra method. Rise to deity in the mandala is explained according with the threefold Vajra method. So this threefold Vajra method, here is this threefold Vajra method is actually whole Tantra teachings, like the essence of a method, this holding these three of these together. So if you understand this, the main point, this with the threefold Vajra method, then you also understanding these Tantra teachings. So here is referring again to the 4 ways of taking birth. Taking birth. So threefold is actually followed by body, speech, mind. Threefold. So our body, Vajra body, Vajra mind, Vajra speech. Threefolds. So you can understand, like we talk about all these teachings, then you can get what means threefolds. Referring again to the 4 ways of taking birth, from the perspective of purifying birth from a womb, the object of purification is the process of the consciousness in the bardo entering into the center of the father's sperm and the mother's ovum or womb and gradually forming a body inside the mother's womb. In concert with this, the seed of the son, this is the ovum of the mother. The moon, this seed is the sperm of the father. The samadhi of the casual seed syllable, in which the seed syllable descends and takes its place on the deity's seat. It's meant to purify the period during which the Pardo being's consciousness enters into the womb of the mothers upon the emerging of the red and white essence. And then the body develops in the embryonic and the fetal period. So really long paragraph. So no, it's actually I talked already this section. We shared like me essence already talked so before. Just what I read here. Here is the main point is just referring begin to the 4 ways of taking birth. We take birth is 4 different ways. We already talked that. From the perspective of a pure birth from a womb, so this practice is like purifying that obscuration. Purifying who is the purify who the Pardo beings like the consciousness is going into the taking the birth. So that consciousness karmic imprint is purifying karma. So that's the reason here. So from the perspective of purifying birth from womb, the object of purification is the process of the consciousness in the Pardo entering into the center of the father's sperm and the mother's ovum, and gradually forming a body inside the mother's womb. So Pardo consciousness, that consciousness karmic imprint is purifying. The Pardo being consciousness even went into the mother's womb and then into the father-mother essence together, gradually they become forming a body inside the mother's womb. So if consciousness purify karma is not going into the mother's womb. So this meditation purifies that karmic imprint. In consent with this, the seed of the son, this is the womb of the mother. Son is like representative mother. Sun is red. Is representative mother. Actually, wisdom. Sun is representative wisdom. The moon, this seed is the sperm of the father. So representative method. The samadhi of the casual seed, syllable. So now here think about we impure is take to the samsara. Pure is causes of Buddhahood. Impure is causes of suffering. So our consciousness into the mother's womb is you karmic imprint. Mother's womb is impure, and then the sun is in the mother's essence impure is a red color. Father's essence like white color drop is also not pure, and then you consciousness into there is like causes of samsara become take birth. But this use that exactly same use create the causes of Buddhahood. See, mother's womb is representative actually. The mother's womb is a lotus. It's come from Buddha come from, and womb is representative with lotus, and then essence, mother's essence representative with wisdom, father's essence like method. Then use that it's become causes of a Buddha birth, Buddha birth. So where is the Buddha come from? Buddhas come from wisdom and method. Where is the samsara come from? essence of father and essence of mother. So this impure essence, father's essence, mother's essence, impure is the causes of samsara. Father's essence, mother's essence, pure is the causes of Buddhahood. So then some level the Tantra practitioners use this essence is like create like offerings. See, Rakta and medicine, like we have Sarvapinsa, Amrita, Karamkaya, Maharakta, Karamkaya, usually sadhana has. So that is actually father's essence, mother's essence is like that. This is like essence is like symbolize joy, create joy, you know, and Deva Chimbo is bless, create bless, and the offerings become that can be causes of samsara, can be like causes of a Buddha, you know, you depending the individual level how to use. The samadhi of the casual syllable. So then we visualize the syllable. Achi practice like first syllable, you know, transform to the Y Achi Chi dramas. Usually we use that. So that syllable is in which the seed syllable recedes and takes its place on the deity seed. It's meant to purify the pearl during which the Bardo being's consciousness enter into the womb of the mothers upon the merging of the red. See, that is represented with Bardo being's consciousness. So we practice this, you know, like usually visualize the syllable transform to the Buddha's body. Then Bardo being, this birth coming imprint is purifying. Impure is purifying, is transformed to the Buddha's body. Create a positive karmic imprint. So Y essence, and then the body develop in the embryonic and the fetal period when the seed syllable transform into the hand implement or whatever deity you are practice. So this purify the process of the consciousness entering into the merging of the white and the red essence and the mind and merging with them. So this whole just thing is like mother's womb, father's essence, mother's essence, and the consciousness go into the taking the samsara rebirth. So that is purifying. This practice whole the main essence, main point is. So then when we visualize the seed syllable emanating and resolving like rest, this purifies the process of the embryo forming in the mother's womb and the gradual development of the body, sense faculties and constitutional elements by the working of the four elements. So father essence, mother essence comes together, they create like, you know, form body in the mother's womb. So we visualize the syllable top of the sun and the moon, you know, disc top there, we visualize syllable like that is. So like that is the purifying that karmic imprint, obscuration, purifying. Warm and the gradual development of the body, sense faculties and the constitutional element by the working of the four elements. When seed syllable completely transform into the deity body, the purified the habitual imprints of the sentient being's body as it is fully formed and developed in the womb and become ready to be born. Through giving rise to the deity in this way, the habitual patterns of the mother mouth of taking birth are purified at the same time implicitly. So just here is always main point is going to the purify, you know, all this our impure body create an impure this all essence or contradictions or purifying to the Buddha's become transformed to the Buddha's body. So that is the main important in this section. Actually, it's easy to understand, but this section very hard to, you know, when you meditate practice to bring into your mind. Even we practice every day yidam deities, but really hard to bring this one, you know, into the meditation practice to, you know, using this purifying. So now you understand why we visualize this, you know, syllables, why we have to visualize the sun and the moon, why we have to do like that it's through the, you know, syllable. So that's me important is always in this teaching talking, you know, talk about. And then of course each tantra it follows so much details go into each one has using different ways. So the tantra is many different levels. Actually, they talk about 9 different level tantras. They're using different method. So depending practitioner's level, auto level tantra, inner level tantra. So then, of course, like they're called Ati yoga means like Mahamudra level tantra, like kind of a secret level tantras. So followed by Tiri, but then Tiri has also auto level has Tiri, inner level has Tiri, secret level has Tiri. So there goes 9 different level tantras. So no here is sharing is like no specific anyone, but it's just bring in the main point of this 9 tantra. What the just main point, what the practice is purpose. So you understanding this whole thing, what he's talking about, then whatever you read other tantra, you have ideas. Oh, this is like auto level tantra talking about. Oh, this is could be inner level. This is like secret level tantras. So auto level is like kind of like deity and us is very far away each other. Very far away, long distance, Yidam deity and us. We are more kind of like ordinary beings. Yidam deity is already immeasurable love, compassion, wisdom. You know, it's a enlightened body. So long distance. Auto level, inner level is become more close. Then secret level tantra is become inseparable. So that's the reason this teaching is also followed by, you know, like long as like your deity is like very far away, long distance, how you have to practice. You have to use something different method to practice. You know, if someone you don't know, maybe you send a letter to the person, right? You cannot meet them directly, so you have to send the letter to them. You know, using something different method. If you know the person, but it's like kind of your community and not the same as your family, so that is like, you know, become, you can talk with them maybe face to face. Yeah, so it's different method. And then inner levels become it's your same family. Then you have a different method talking with them, and like, you know, one family is like different method. And also your perception change, everything changed. No distinctions there become change. So that's the reason this different tantra level use different method. Actually, the essence main point is developing, creating, like we are become inseparable, these are the Buddhas and the deities. The main point we have to realize that. So now we have to look to our own situation, how distinctions between the Buddhas and us. It's long distinction. Then we have to use auto level Tantra practice, like we have to do the postations, auto level offerings. Ask to the help supplication, chant prayers. Then you are close to inner level, so using our this, elements, like what we have, these bodies, like essence, use that causes of arising the Yidam deity. Then inner level sacred Tantra is like the actually always there. We don't recognize that just discovered that, like our mind nature discovered. And get realized that nature is Buddha and it's inseparable with all these Buddhas. So that's the reason this using different method to practice Yidam deities. Tantra has so much details, so many different teachings, lots teachings. Mostly teachers are like very hard to understand all these Tantra teachings, very hard. But of course, like we just use like this kind of teaching, you understanding the mean essence. If you know this way, also you understand Tantra, but you wanted to know all these details, each one, what is that? Then where is this auto level Tantra, which kind of benefit, which kind of like this practice like transform, purifying karma. The inner level practices, which kind of benefit, which ways like purifying karma, why is inner level Tantra, then why is secret level Tantra? You go all these details, it's like then it's harder to understand. Some also this philosopher, scholars also, some is good for auto level Tantra, some is good for inner level Tantra, some is professional for secret level Tantra, so like depending these practitioners too. Vajrayana teaching is one way is very easy, another way is very hard and difficulty. More difficult than comparing to the sutra. So then of course sutra is more difficult than Vinayana, the Theravada teaching. But we usually recognize opposite way. Theravada, this basic teaching is more harder. We think, oh, bodhicitta is easy. Then, oh yeah, visualize the Yidam deity practice is more easy like that. Like we think it's like Vajrayana is more simple, easy. Then this, the first basic teachings. But actually Vajrayana is more harder, more detailed level, subtle level to understanding. Like when you practice, like comes like own experience, developing, thing about the Theravada teaching is like basic teaching. You can have like you're using your knowledge. You can make decisions. You understanding what it's talking about. Even you don't have any realization experience, you understanding. Okay, so mostly like that teaching, basic teachings. Then Mahayana is go up to talk about bodhicitta, it's more harder. It's talking about mind, intentions. Then Vajrayana is more harder because it's talking about you are Buddha. So then you have to recognize which way we are Buddha, how we have become, where Buddha means, what means we are Buddha. So you have to understand all this teaching, and then you have to recognize all the subtle level, the connections become we are Buddha. So more is followed by realization, understanding, Vajrayana teaching is. Okay, so now we go into the teaching. When we give rise to the deity in deity development stage. Practice, we need to have 3 elements intact. So this one is using the practice of Buddha is like 3 elements, 3 elements intact. We are there, right? I think I'll finish the first part. So clear and vivid visualization, stable deity pride, and recollection of pride. So these 3 is like essence of this Vajrayana teaching. 3 elements intact is. So now we visualize this, the Buddha's throne is already transformed to the Buddha. We are already birthed Buddha, kind of a birth already Buddha. So know how to practice this. Meditate. Clear and vivid visualization. First one. Second one is called stable deity pride. And third one is recollection of pride. In all these cases, by relying on the practice of deity development, our grasping and fixation on mundane appearance and our mundane perceptions are purified. So this meditation is purifying, this meditation, like right now we're talking about clarity, stability, recollection of practice, like purifying our grasping and fixation on mundane appearances, and our mundane perceptions are purified. So mundane is, if we don't purify impure, long as we always have these impure perceptions, then not possible to become Buddha. Buddha is like always pure perceptions. If we don't create pure perceptions, then we cannot reach to the Buddhahood. That's the reason we have to create a pure perception. Purify these mundane perceptions. Mundane perceptions are purified. This is the results of meditating on such a path as this. Appearances here refer to the appearance of all objects of our 5 senses, such as form and the rest. As a method of purifying this, we are first taught how to visualize clarity and vividness. So now we purifying is like appearance here refer to the appearance of all objects of our 5 senses. So purifying is not only form, also purifying this object of 5 senses. Is we have to purify. Impure is transformed to the pure. Not only the. Just a moment. Not only the like percept of the eye, like form, body. Like think about it, when you hear the song, that song also you have to purify it. So that's the reason all the song is a mantra. All the seeing form is a Buddha. All the thoughts is a Dharmakaya. So long as you transform like this body, speech, mind, so then other like this, the other rest, the senses is very easy. It's included there. But it's like, we have to follow these 5 senses too. These 5 senses object, we have to transform into the pure object. Otherwise, we are fixation to the object, grasping to the object. Think about it, you like to smell good smell, you hit it to the bad simmer. So that's also like we have impure perceptions. We wanted to like to hear good songs. We doesn't like bad song, heat-rated song. So that's also thing about is we are grasping to the song, attached to the song. And then of course we like beautiful object. We don't like the dirty and ugly. So we love the all good ones. So that means like we are attached to the form object, fixation to the form object. Then when you eat food, you like good taste. You doesn't like the bad taste, you know. Then that is also like tongue taste. And then like when you touch something like it's, you know, not really kind of like hurt your body and hurt your finger or anything, like kind of you don't like touch to the rough something like burning, and we like to solve smoothly something because it's like attached to, you know, skin, like this, like feeling is attached to the soft, like smooth. That is the, you know, also fixation attachment. Long as we have this 5 senses attached to the object, we are stuck in samsara. Example, eye is attached to the object. Same is like the bug flying is jump into the butter lamp. They die there because the eye is attached to the leg. So then that's the reason so many bugs, you know, sometimes some area they're using like hot burning lights. They just attach to the light and go in there. They burn the body there. They die there. So they actually they like the love, but the attachment is causes of suffering. Everything is attached to the muddy, you know, mud, because the skin is like go into the soft and muddy or something like. Then they're stuck in there, cannot get out. They die in there. That's also like causes of attachment, you know, suffering. Then some wild animals, so usually used to this hunters, they're using this bow and arrow. If they cannot get too close, they cannot kill the animal. So they use the something, you know, flutes, and a very beautiful song. Someone played that. The animals attach to the sound. So then they forget everything. They're listening there, and then there's someone close to come into the shoot the arrow to they die. Your you know, song is attached to the object. It's become same is a problem. It's the hunters kill the animal. So that's it. There's all the senses attachment. So then tongue is attached to the object test because like that's the reason we get all these fish. People put something fishing top there and put in the water. So this fish is attached to the test. And then they get stuck and hooked. You know, this fishing to get the fish. So that's all is the senses of 5 desire. Desire is like causes of suffering. So now we have to purify this, all this impure one. We have to purify pure. Purifying this, we are first taught how to visualize with clarity and vividness. So we do use this practice and then purify this attachment. Having a clear visualization means visualize the universe as the immeasurable deity palace and all within the universe as the deities. Recognizing all songs as the nature of a mantra and not letting the mind proliferate after object. So up there we talk about using this practice is I think threefold. You know, we say according with the threefold. So what means threefold is here is like visualize means universal as the measurable that is palace, and all within the universal as the deities, recognize all songs as the nature of a mantra and not letting the mind proliferate after object. So song, all seeing form is Buddha, and all song is mantra. Whatever thought arises like mantra. Or mind is not follow the thoughts, emotions, you know, liberating thoughts, emotions. So that is the threefold. In the beginning, when you are sharpening your visualization, hold your intention on the overall presence of the entire mandala and the deities appearing simultaneously and on the overall form of the principal deity. So now we have to meditate this. When we meditate this, like starting when you are sharpening your visualization means like clearly visualize, very clearly visualize. Hold your intention on the overall presence of the entire mandala and the deity appearing simultaneously on the overall form of the principal deity. We visualize simultaneously means like whole body is visualized simultaneously, instantly visualized. So example, like think about Buddha Amitabha has a center is Buddha Amitabha, then of course like so many retinules there. Just instantly visualize Buddha Amitabha, whole form body is instantly visualized simultaneously. So same time also like just think about all these retinules in there. So that means you don't have to think about visualize Buddha Amitabha and then go to Chenrezig, Vajrapane, and then go to other these retinules. Just visualize one simultaneously time together. And then more focus, main intentions, pay attention to the main deity, Buddha Amitabha. Appearing simultaneously in the overall form of the principal deity. When visualize every minute detail from the crown protrusion at the top of the deity's head, all the way down to the seat under the throne, seeing every aspect of the deity's form, the hand implements and the minute details of the ornamentations, and so forth. So this is not always we have to do this way. This one is when you look to the Tanga statue, so then you have to do this way. And just create, look to picture and again different ways, directions, and close eye, look again and again. We have to create this. But when you really going into the practice, visualize. We don't use looking into the pictures, like we don't looking into the statues. We have to just mentally visualize. It's instantly appear to Buddha is in the front of us. No need to go to like crown to the feet to the crown, and the right side, the left side, like all these ornaments. Don't have to think about this. So otherwise it become always distracting. You really cannot hold anything. So this is the one just before you are going to visualize. Example, Achi. You're going to visualize Achi. you don't know how to visualize, like if without the picture and the tanga. So then you have to load the crown and this top of the crown, ornaments, face, like eyes, like rat for mouth is like little bit rat, like different, and the horse, like all this ornaments, everything you recognize, like have to load to all the way top to crown, and you low and close eye, go back again, check again each part of the so then when you're ready really into the practice, just instantly visualize. Don't have to follow by one. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Okay, so that is the very important. Sometimes the people confuse the how to visualize the Buddhas. Jigten Sumgön said, visualize instinctively. Just like instantly appear to our mind. Then you cannot really try to pushing too hard mind. Wanted to like clearly wanting something, then that's distracting. Whatever appear to, then just think about Buddha is there. It's sometimes like this images appear to your form, just mind resting, visualize, then don't push too hard. So otherwise become causes of distraction. When you have gained clear and vividness in this, then you can see in your mind's eye the entire mandala and the deity within all at once, and gradually your visualization will become more and more crisp and vivid until it is like stars and constellations shining vividly on the surface of an impaired clear lake. So then you practice this way again and again. Once like then you have good practice. This all the yidam that is appear to your mind is really clearly. So same is this, the trees is reflection in the water. So moon is reflection in the water. Same like that. It's clearly your mind. It's Buddha is appear to in your mind. That is this clear visualization. Clear visualization is really helpful when we have emotions, especially sadness. See, it's a different method. When you meditate shamatha, your mind resting and not follow the thoughts. Sometimes you get like kind of mind is like sad, unhappy feeling arise. So then that time we have to visualize the yidam deity. Yidam deity appear to your mind. That helps your mind is become happy and joy. Clear your sadness, purify your sadness, unhappy feelings. So when we have like fears, you visualize the yidam deity, like appear to clear your mind. So then your mind resting that and meditate, like fear is naturally go away. And when emotion comes, you just recognize you have emotion, visualize clearly the yidam deity, and then the emotions naturally diminish and go away. So that's the reason we have to always think about again and again, visualize the yidam deity, create, like someone says, Tara, like Tara is appear to your mind clearly. If we create that often and often, so then when you have a fears, like right away thinking about the Tara. When you have anger, right away thinking about the Tara. When you have a jealousy or this kind of something arise, right away you're thinking about the Tara. So we have to create that. Same as the kids, like have something difficult, so they right away think about the mother, So we create that feelings, then that connect with the Buddha, and we recognize Buddha, like effort to Buddha and the mind resting with that, then all this emotion is purifying. So it's clarity, vividly visualize is very powerful. And of course, then impure is also purifying. So visualize the Buddha and then ordinary beings purified. That's why ordinary beings are sometimes we visualize the Buddha. So what that helps you is our perception is transforming. So when we visualize all these beings Buddha, so we cannot make these beings Buddha, but that means like our mind create that impure is all is transformed, pure perceptions. Very powerful practice. So I think we leave it there today. Time is gone, right? Almost gone. Not yet. So I have to finish it in that part. When keeping your intention single pointedly focused and rest your mind naturally, you can begin by visualizing and focusing whatever is easiest for you mind to attain to and gradually expand. There's no seat way or order or number of times one must do this. It is something that can be attained to the individual's constitution. So then this visualize Yadam is actually followed by individual's constitution and how to practice. You know, some is like visualize very easy the ornaments. Some is like easy visualize, you know, Buddha's face, thrones. But some is like easily visualize instinctively. Some is like people like visualize like one by one. It's easy. So which is easy for you? You have to create that. And then there's no seat way or order numbers of terms. Whichever you can, you know, one must do this. It is something that can be attained to the individual's constitution. So that's most important. So follow that way, meditating. Practice this clear visualize, you know, clearly visualization. Clearly, vividly visualize. So that's transformed, all this form impure is transformed to the form is pure. So yesterday you have questions how to transform this impure. It's like you visualize all is Buddha, it's all is transformed. Then the, you know, our mind impure perceptions are gone. So that's we finish it today there. Anything? Questions? Like question, we're going to do the 7 o'clock. That's okay, yeah?
Thank you so much, Kempo. It's really beautiful.
Thank you, everyone. It's the hardest section.
No, that was a wonderful, wonderful teaching. Very, very helpful.
Thank you, Kempo.
Well, I missed the hardest section, it sounds like.
Oh, not too hard for you?
No, I missed it. I came at the very end. So I better read before 7 o'clock.
Very hard.
It's recorded
good,
too,
eh?
Lisa. It's on live.
Yeah.
You can watch it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it. That's where I
Yeah,
was.
So have to read again and again, otherwise not going to start mind. Even I wrote this book, I talked many times, but still not start.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well,
you
not,
can see the before teaching, I read everything, check, it comes teacher clearly. Sometimes I don't read, forget to read, study, and then when it comes teaching, it's like what going on next. So not really clear in the mind, and you know sometimes hard. So today I get that kind of, you know, I didn't get time to read, and so I don't recognize what is coming next. So if I have everything in the mind, you know, oh, then like easy to share.
I'm sure you did a great job.
Thank you. And
You're
the Sheda, actually in the Sheda, we cannot like teachers do that way, must read before going to share. The teaching is actually 1 hour, only one day we share in the Sheda campus.
Wow.
But have to read like, books and books, like at least like 5-6 hours spend the time to read.
Wow, that's a lot of reading.
Different kind of commentaries. And then Tibetan, like, when we share the teaching, the root text, follow the root text and explain it. It's very hard to explain, root text explain. So lots of kind of needed to memorize, Think about like what sang means, like Tibetan sang, then sang, okay, log to the commentary, what means sang? Sang means purify, what means purify? So then purify, this like ignorance, then what means ignorance? So also many layers going down there.
All
So
interdependent, right?
Yeah, so read, everything.
Thank you. See you later.
See you later, and going to do the dedication, Amitabha. So we're going to chant the Tibetan. Amida, please, can you read the English, Tibetan, the Buddha Amitabha prayer?
Yes, Khenpo. Tibetan?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. Emaho Notsar Sangye Nangwataye Dam Yesu Jo Tukje Chenpodam Yondu Senpatu Chen Sangye Jangsen Padme Korki Kor Deki Notsar Paktu Me Payi Deva Chinse Jawe Zinkande Tatsin Dine Tsepo Girmata Ewa Zinge Barma Chirpal Deru Kine Nante Zang Tong Sho Deke Dadimulan Tatpadi Chok Choi Sangye Jangsen Tamcheki Ekme Drupar Jinje Lakto So Teata Pinsatria Wabodanaya Soha Jamchub Sinchok Rinpoche Make Panam Figurche Ke Panam Paniparham Omne Kuntu Varsho Sanande Tanche Zikpani Omne Pedra Nampam Chete Kega Nachi Palom Tropai Sipe Tole Droa Droarsho Jampal Koho Chitar Kinpadam Undo Zampo Deang Bezinte Veda Kungi Jesu Daglochin Ewa Dida Tamche Ratuna Sheja Kunze Kunken Chokije Indra Nela Wangto Drigumba Mention Pagi Timpa Site Bai Shedu Tosam Gompe Zengyurchi.
Thank you. Okay, so we finish. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
See you 7 o'clock. See you 7 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Yeah.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.